Hey everybody. Weird, I waved instead of doing this. So, if you noticed anything new, good for you. And if you didn't, good for you too, I guess. I don't know. So today's video is going to talk about males and females and friendship. And more specifically, can guys and girls be friends? Now, of course, the simple answer is yeah. But that's a simple answer. And I like the complex, confusing answer that actually gives you more questions than actually answers that answer the questions. And that's just how I go. So, yes, simply they can. However, only in certain situations. Now, let me explain the situations that they can be friends. When they both feel nothing more than a friendship between each other. You know, they're just cool with each other, like buddies. In that sense, then yeah, they can be friends. Even onto a more mature age, past, their teens, past their childhood, and into an adulthood, they can still be friends if there's only platonic feelings. Now, another situation where a guy and a girl can be friends, specifically more on the guy's side. If a guy is sexually attracted to the girl, they can still be friends. The reason being that may not be, for certain guys, not for all, but for certain guys, it might not be enough for them to actually pursue the girl. Because more than likely, there are many other girls, including that one girl, that one guy might find sexually attracted to, so it's not a chore or a, strain on him to just be friends. Now, there's one certain situation where being friends is almost an impossibility. And that's when a guy is romantically invested or romantically interested in a girl. And here's the reason why more than likely they can't really ever be friends. At least not true friends. When a guy is romantically invested or romantically interested in a girl, it's like there's a different thought process that goes around. Everything that's done that may seem regular is thought special to him. That's why, certain guys might get nervous around girls they actually like, because they're in the back of their minds, they're doing their best not to ruin the status that they are at, which is not in a relationship. But they don't want to say anything that could possibly ruin them not being in a relationship, So they don't want anything that hurts their friendship, but they also want to move. They also want to move closer, and they're in a constant step to move closer to the girl, because they see themselves. They often picture themselves being with this girl and having good times, having good, really having good memories they could share. So, let's say a guy and a girl are friends, and they've been friends for a while, and something happens that makes the guy romantically interested, or makes him want to be romantically invested in a girl he likes. And the girl catches on and lets him know that it's not going to work. Now, you're thinking, okay, well then they go back to being friends. But no, they don't. Because the guy going on will always have these backed up feelings and emotions that always make everything he does with the girl painful. And the reason it's painful is because there's certain activities and experiences that he wants to share with this girl in the way that he feels. He wants the feeling that he has to be replicated with the girl when they do certain things. That's why he'll do things like, when a girl calls and he wants to hang out, he'll hang out. Even though he knows it's platonic, he still has that hoping and feeling that somehow, maybe through telekinesis, that she'll somehow feel the same way through doing these activities that are just friend-based. And that's why it's usually for a lot of guys, why they can't get over this girl is because they keep hanging out in what might be a desperation, a desperate hope. It's, you know, kind of it's kind of an oxymoron, being desperate, being hopeful. It's kind of a desperate hope. They really, really, really bad want to be together, even though they know that's going to be really, it's a, you know, uphill battle to do that. Though I've seen that overcome, it's still an uphill battle. But they're also hopeful. It's because even though there's a uphill battle, there's always that small chance that they're holding on to. And that's why they can never really get over it or move on unless they remove themselves from the girl. Now, in hindsight, it is a little, I guess, harsh, you could say, to just drop everything, never speak to the girl, never talk to the girl, never do anything, when it technically wasn't her fault. Unless she was doing the leading on, really it's the guy's fault for falling for her. But in that situation, there's really nothing that can be done but for a guy to move on, and that means cut off everything in order for him to, you know, not be, I guess, chained to that emotional want or emotional longing. So, from what I've read and seen and experienced, it seems like that in the case for a romantic interest, even though a guy may at first do my hand in there, you know, gotta see my hand motions. People always talk with my hands. People want to know. I get up and I move around when I talk. You know, it helps me prove my point. Not really, but whatever. So, what was I saying? So the guy, even though he's trying to grow a long time and starts to develop feelings that are past platonic, honestly, no matter how hard he tries to become friends, or better yet, stay friends, it's never really the friendship that it could have been or once was. Because the feelings are coming in the way with, you know, the actual friendship relationship. Because of the thought of always wanting more. Always seeing the girl and wishing for more when you can't have it. Now, that doesn't mean always that if a guy falls head over heels for a girl, and even though they're friends before, or they try to be friends later down the road, that, you know, doesn't happen. Doesn't mean that's in all cases, all situations. I know personally of a friend who won't be named, because, you know, it's YouTube, I don't name people who don't want to be named, who has tried for quite a long time to get with this girl, and has still been able to stay good friends with them, even though it's clearly known his feelings about this girl. So, I guess you could say yes and no. And, you know, honestly, I hate answers like that are both, you know, the antithesis of each other, yes and no. But yeah, you can, because it depends on certain situations. So can a guy and a girl be friends? Yes. Can a guy that's sexually attracted to a girl still be friends without any weirdness? Yes. Can a guy who's romantically invested and interested in a girl be friends? Possibly. Well, that's the video. Like, rate, comment, and do whatever you do, you know. Rub the mouse on your stomach with peanut butter or whatever, you know. Do what you want in your homes. And stay tuned for the next video. Oh, if you want me to do other topics, just, you know, comment down there. You know, the invisible comment section that I'm pointing to, that will actually be visible once I upload this video. And that's it. And I'm done.